to. We'll disconnect this. Man, I'm starting to have major camera issues here. Sweating. Okay, so we're back again. We've got the rear, well, differential is what I'm going to call it. It's not really a differential, but we've got the rear carrier hub assembly here on the bench. And what I'm going to do in this video is actually remove it. Remove the axles from the carrier, and we'll get the carrier all cleaned up, maybe paint it, and then we'll rebuild the actual CV part of the half shaft. So what I did notice just looking at this is there's actually big metal Circlips. Let me grab one. When you buy the new bearing kit, it will come with these big round metal Circlips, and believe it or not, on one side it's gone. Didn't see that before. So what you have to do is you're going to have to get the old clip out, and we'll do that. And then there's a couple other pieces here to get these shafts out of the carrier. So yeah, let's get into this. So what I'm going to do is we'll go ahead and disassemble this side first. And because this side doesn't have that clip, that metal clip that goes in there, it's really important to put the clip in because that's going to make your seal watertight. So that may be some of the reason, besides the boots are all ripped up. But I've never rebuilt one of these, so I mean, it's pretty, you know, it's self-explanatory, but I don't know if we could just rip this boot out of here without the clip in there. Rubber is all dried out on this. Thought maybe I could get in one of these holes. I mean, we're gonna destroy it anyway, so look at how dried out that is. Because this whole piece should just come out, but it's not going to. So try a different method here. Oh my God. We're just going to cut it out. My God. Well, it's only got a little moisture in it. Not much though. Dang. Okay, inside of here, there's just no way of me getting a good angle to shoot this without me getting in the way. Basically, you've got a clip in here that we need to extend out. And with grease, it's not making it easy, but ooh. Almost had it. There we go. Okay. I'm going to show you what I did here. I've got basically a set of reverse. These are for, I forget the type of clips that they are. And we're going to go in reverse direction. And what I did was, as you can see here on the inside of the clip, you've got this clip here. And now that I've got it out, we basically took our clamps and spread it out. And now we're going to take our hook and we're going to go around and get this, there we go, until it's all the way out. And this is going to be a greasy job, guys. Watch your face. Oh, there we go. And we're going to save this Circlip. This Circlip doesn't come with the rebuild kit. There we go. And we just pulled the shaft out here. Just give it a little bit of force to do that. And then we'll have to take out our bearings. So on this side we have our metal clip here. And this may not be too bad to get this one off. Unless it's rusted. It's rusted. It just looks rusted. Man, is it rusted. There's a little notch in it. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little notch in it, and you're gonna just take a flathead screwdriver and pry it up, and then go ahead and get your hook tool and get underneath of it, and we're just gonna go around. Might have to kind of use your other hand here, and then we're just gonna work it out of the groove. There we go. This one's really easy to take off. And go ahead and keep those rings there, because you never know if you're going to need one. And these are pretty much Polaris specific rubber parts. So if this was not hardened rubber and just fresh rubber, it should just come right out of there, but it's not going to. So we're just going to cut these boots. I'm not wasting my time. We're going to replace these boots anyway. We're just going to pull this rubber off. And this one's all dried out. The air has gotten to all the grease on this. And we'll come back when we clean the housing and get all this excess rubber out of here to get the new set put in. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this one apart as well. Try to. We'll disconnect this. And actually, that clamp that I removed on this other side, I should not have removed that. That is to hold the carrier in place, and you can actually see that I moved it when I did that. So it's going to be hard to see with all this grease, but this actually holds the carrier together. Let's see if I can zoom in. You will see all these little grooves. You can see the grooves inside the carrier here, and that's keeping this all in one place. And we're actually I think I'm actually going to pull this apart and just completely pull this thing apart. and get it all cleaned up and fresh, ready to go again. But if you don't want to do that, then you don't have to do that. However, on the inside of here, on the inside of this groove here, there's going to be one metal clip, and you're going to have to take your little tool. There'll be one cutout inside of here, and you've got to try to find where it is. There's the metal band there. And there's the brake right here, I think. Nope. And you're just going to try to use the pick to locate it. So we can get the there it is right there. That's the brake right there in the middle. So I have been told that this right here is just a motherfucker to do this. Okay, now see what we're doing? I've moved the ring right to the edge here so you can see where the brake is, and we have to try to get underneath of this to get those bearings out. See, and then it moves. I was told up there that this is the hardest part to do. Okay, well, when you do this, just take your time and make sure that you do this right, and if you get pissed off, just step away and come back to it later if you can't get it. I mean, with the grease and the way that this is made, it's extremely difficult to do. I about had it. Oh, come on. Well, we're going to try some. No, I can't even get underneath of it. I don't know if I can't really hold it with all the grease from it moving. be done from the top. This might be easier to do it from the top. Go ahead and spray it down with some parts cleaner. That might help with it moving a little bit. Get all the grease that we can out of it. Okay, so I cannot get that clip out of these hub bearings, so I'm going to have to do what the other guy recommended, and this is called this is a very small air die grinder. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually go into the central hub, and I'm going to actually grind away some of that metal so I can get in there, so I can get that hook pick in there and make this 10 times easier. And if anybody else buys this ATV, this repair will be 10 times easier to do once this is done. But I'm going to try to get the best angle that I can, and we're going to see if this is going to work or not. Okay, and I actually am going to have to take off my glasses for this. What I'm doing is, see if we can zoom in here so you can see a little bit better of what I'm doing, is I cannot get this clip undone. So inside the housing, there is to access this clip, there's little grooves cut right here. For this isn't when you're installing basically the bearing. See how all the balls come in here? So this is where they start, and you push the bearing and everything in to the housing, and then you put this clip in. Well, I can't get this clip out. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my grinder and grind on this outside loop down so I can move this clip over the loop and be able to easily pull this clip out. So just bear with me, and I might get in the way here, but this should work. I'm just a little concerned about destroying the bit. And we're just going to do this real slow. And actually we'll want to clean out a little bit more of that with the brake fluid so I can clearly see where I'm at. And I'm going to go right here and cut this right here. We're going to use WD-40 for penetrating oil. We're just cutting the groove in here. As you can see, I've started to cut the groove. Into the housing here, and we're going to be able to get this pick in there and just pick this out. I don't think I've got it cut enough, but we'll see here. And I need to go a little deeper. And we'll just go a little deeper now. Look at that, to pull that ring right up there. Just by doing this, you do this one time and you won't have to do it again. So you see how easy that was? And now we're able to get this snap ring out of there just by putting a little groove in there, just like that. Go around and pull this ring out. And make sure you save this ring. And now we'll be able to pull our used bearings out. And we're going to go ahead and do the other side as well and get a cut in that one as well too. We can probably go ahead and push these I can get both sides of these out. So we'll get these out, and we'll do the same to the other side. Okay, now that I flipped this around and went to the other side, we're going to find the ring, and the ring is right here. So we're going to WD-40 it, and we're going to do what we did here on this side too. And I'll put the description below to this tool that I used here, this little air die grinder. It was only about $19. But if you're going to do this, make the purchase through the link, through the Amazon link below, because this stuff, those little purchases really help me out so I can keep making videos. We're just going to go real slow. And just let the tool do the work. I think we're good enough here to get this ring. I don't know if we're deep enough. Might have to go back here. There we go. Just like the last one before. Look at this. Look how easy it is to get this ring out. Then we're just gonna pull this one out too, just like that. There we go. Look how much easier that is to get that out. I mean, I highly advise anybody that has one of these carriers, if you got to do this repair, to do this. Okay, so that's pretty much on for the disassembly, and I'm actually going to clean this up a little bit. It looks like there's some sealant here on this other piece here that's starting to come off. The bearing on the inside seems to be pretty good, so I'm not going to mess with replacing that. However, I am going to clean this all up, and I'm not going to bore you with me stripping the rubber out of all this stuff before we put it all back together. So if you want to do this, I highly suggest using that air die grinder and those diamond tip bits. Like I said, purchase this from the link below. And one of the main things you want to do if you're going to go all the way through this is you want to make sure to use a good high quality grease, and we're going to use Amsoil grease when we put this back together. Links in the description below. And we'll go ahead and I'll stop here because I don't want to make this too long of a video, but there'll be a whole playlist that I'm going to throw back into the Outlaw series on rebuilding this, so stay tuned. And then we'll rebuild the half shafts, the CV shafts, whatever you want to call them as well, and put new grease and inserts in this as well. So I'm just trying to, while this is all apart, I'm trying to do this all together so I don't have to worry about this again for quite a while. And then if I do need to rebuild these bearings or insert more grease, it's not going to be that big of a deal. So stay tuned. Thanks for subscribing and like so my CPM goes up.